What's up, guys? We're back at it, and this is our completely wrecked, totaled trailer. If you've been watching the channel for a minute and you follow along, the 6.4 we've been working on, we drug home on this trailer, or we limped it home on this trailer, and all because the truck was way heavier than I thought it was. And I really thought it could do it. Everyone in the comments was like, "You're freaking stupid for for hauling it on that. That would never hold that in a million years." So we're gonna see if we can untotal our trailer today. Our dovetail here cracked all to bits. I can't believe it didn't fall off, to be honest. There's a crack right here. I'll show you in a minute, but it's cracked. I mean, trailer about split in half. So it's cracked right here, right on top of the leaf spring. And then the A-frame over here is completely just folded down. And so what we got right here is the neck of a mobile home, because it's a mobile home. And so yeah, mobile home, trailer frame right there. So yeah, that ought to do it. We're going with the upgrade. That's like a 1/4 inch I-beam, 8 or 10 inches, something like that. And I got a couple extra pieces of metal because when we weld these back, we're gonna put a plate on it and kind of reinforce it. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can untotal our total trailer so it's not a complete and total loss. And this is also a lesson of why you don't trust stupid AI, because this is probably like a 7,500 pound capacity trailer. And if you look up, I looked up how much does this truck weigh, and it was like, oh, 7,500 pounds. I was like, oh, okay, perfect. So we're good to go. Yeah, looked up the VIN, sucker weighs 10,000 pounds. So no daggum wonder. Anyways, we're gonna attempt to fix this mug, and then we're gonna put the same truck back on it. I'm just kidding, probably not, but we'll see. If I'm feeling hairy, we might, just for fun, to see what happens. But I mean, we'll put something on it and make sure she holds. So I'm sure it'll be an adventure. So come on in, hang out, stay a while. Let's go. Golly, just like, not even cracked, it just crippled. It just gave out. That's where this booger comes in. If that went any more smooth, they'd call me Mr. Smooth Guy. I didn't make this trailer, but I think someone who's not a company did. This thing's probably homemade. It will make a good trailer though. And I didn't want to just scrap it because I rewired the whole thing. Brakes and lights and everything are all 100% working right before the trip. So we've got to grind all our cracks. Crack. And then I'm gonna cut this, the neck over here with an acetylene torch. So let's get started. All right, so what I wanna do first is I'm gonna cut this A-frame. I wanna get it to where it goes, you know, I'll cut this over here right before the jack right there, and then I wanna get it to where it angles in and then it comes under this wall here. And so I measured that out and that's about 67 inches. So it'll be under that wall and I can weld it there and it won't just be dangling in the middle here somewhere. That'll be our strongest point to weld to. We'll be able to cut this old frame apart and then we can swap those out. That's like the biggest thing that needs done. So we're gonna start with that. So I'm gonna try to cut this somewhat straight because if I don't, it's really gonna come back to bite me in the butt when it comes time to weld it together. I don't know if we're gonna make it, dude. I'm out of oxygen. I'm gonna have to go get more freaking oxygen. All right, back at it. Got some new bottles. Hopefully that'll last me. Those didn't last me very long. I'm probably wasting it a bunch somehow, but those should get us through the end of this project anyways. Back at it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the trailer. So I'm gonna shoot for, it's not really a sharp angle right here, but kind of where that angle's at to the end of the trailer right there. That's gonna be what I'm shooting for because I want my new thing to be lifting this up, and that's just a pretty strong point to attach to. So we're gonna shoot for that. We're gonna see what happens. Look how fast it melts through this junk compared to the other steel, which took forever. Absolutely melts right through it. Block this bad boy up since we're about to lose all our front support. Frick, I'm on my ball in this one. Oop. There we go, one side. There goes our neck. All right, y'all, here's the deal. I'm gonna show you something, and I just need you to understand something. Just hold on a minute. When you see this, now I know this looks bad, okay? But there's a plan here. There's a process. So I tried to get this, I got everything tacked in, not there, but I got everything tacked in over there and here, just kind of mocked up to kind of just see how it fits together, right? Okay, so what I'm thinking is, so this is just a tack and it looks freaking awful, I know. Don't even tell me, it's just to hold it there. Once we get everything figured out, I'm gonna grind this out and put some good welds all the way around, I promise. Same thing over here. Junk looks like hot butt cheeks. but it's holding it there. So we'll grind those out and make those fresh, but here's the plan. This looks terrible. We got to figure something out for this conversion. So I'm thinking we cut it off here and then make a new plate to go here, like that, probably about like that, and then over to kind of make a transitional flow type deal, and then we'll weld that box. Basically make a box. And we'll do that on both sides. And just kind of make it flow, because right now, there ain't no flow. This junk all over the place. That's where we're at right now. We got these beams in though. So, I mean, that's pretty big progress. I think what I do want to work on is this. This is really bothering me. It just looks so bad. Like the transition from this 2x6 tubing, because it's a 2x6 tube and like a 2x8 I-beam. So it's not the same shape. It doesn't flow well, but we're gonna try to make it look as good as possible. I'm not going for the looks, or else I just would have got more tubing to match it and thrown it in and been done with it. But I want this to be stronger than it was before. This is more work than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. You know what they say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. All right, so the next step of the operation is to weld this back dovetail here back into place, and then I'll put a piece of steel over it and plate it, and then weld that up for some extra stability. And then I'm doing that so that then I can jack up on this back end and straighten the trailer back out in the middle, because it's doing this right now. So it's got to be straightened back out so that I can weld that portion back up, and then I'll do the same thing with a plate on that and weld it back. And then, you know, should be Bob's your uncle. But you know, obviously I say all that stuff like it's the freaking easiest thing in the world. It's easier said than done, but it's about to get done. I'll tell you that for free. Let's get it. Good freaking enough, send her home. Next thing's next. Time for the middle part. We gotta get this daggone wheel off so that we can assess the nonsense in the middle. Cut this junk off, probably. And then, and only then, jack up the back to get it where we want it, and then weld that mug. Or we'll jack up the front, whatever. Well, something's getting, we're jacking on something. Ooh. How you like them apples? Oh, buddy boy. Diet gum. That boy cracked for real. Pretty bad. Which, I mean, we knew that though. Golly. Dude, this like 1 inch freaking gap right here is holding this thing together. 100%. Yeah, that's gonna take a minute to address, but you know, we gonna do it. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm probably gonna hit it up, bang it back in, because it is sticking way out. Bang that junk back in. Maybe I can get a beat on it, but I'm definitely putting a plate over it and welding that. The double trouble, no movo, super duper bandage treatment. All right, so all it took was a little heat. It actually wasn't that bad. And we got her smushed right back down in there, no problemo. And then I cut out this little section with the acetylene torch and even managed to, I got the backside okay. It was sticking out way more, but with this angle I was working with was no bueno. So, and you can see that I started to cut right here and got a different idea part of the way through, because that was super difficult. So I was like, frick, I'll just cut this section out instead of the whole thing, and then just I'll weld it and hide it and do all that later. I think it'll be easier in the long run. So patch it up time. we got this side looking pretty good. We've got a couple good welds on there at least. So I think that'll do pretty good. What y'all think? It's real thick. It's real thick material. So I think it'll do real good. Now I've already got this side off. Over here, same cut. It was a lot quicker this time because I already knew what I was gonna do, because I think that's gonna work a lot better. All I gotta do is grab that little pizza slice right there, stick it back, tack it up, make sure everything lines up, and then weld it, and then I'll have to grind it and paint it, make it look like it never happened. This side's not quite as bad. The tear doesn't even go all the way to the top, so that's not as bad. Still gonna need a little torchy bang bang on that guy, but it doesn't go all the way to the top. It's not going across the top. But the bad news is this section is like a welding point where it was welded together, and so that's going to be a lot rougher to get out, to get to this back end. That's just going to be hard to get to in general. Can't even see it. Oh, the lighting's really bad. I'm so sorry. But that back end sticks out a little worse, and it's going to be a lot harder to get heat in there and some leverage to bang that back. It sucks because it's a lot of stuff that I have to cut and then later re-weld just to get it out of the way. This is the part I was dreading, but we're like, I wouldn't say we're halfway there. We're almost halfway there, but we got this. Y'all think this is gonna hold, or you think my welding's trash? I know it's trash, but it might hold. We're about to find out. Alrighty, so we got our plates on both sides. I didn't put a top one over here because it's not cracked right there, and I think it looks better like that. And it'll also be easier for me to get this fender back on because I'm gonna have to cut around for this bad boy, but this one was way worse, so yeah, it needed that. So we got our plates on, nice and welded, and threw some Rust-Oleum on it so it don't rust. Oleum. And so now all we got to do is take this and put it back. And I say that like it's the easiest thing in the world, and it's not, because I'll have to line it up and tack it and then weld it and grind it down and try to make it look like it was never cut. And I'm not a body man, but we're gonna give it a shot.
that are going pretty good. We got everything for the most part lined up. I did forget that there's a bend in this piece, like in this fender, like it was already there before I cut it. So it was wonkulous before. You can see I've got it tacked in. Well, that's not a freaking tack. I got it welded in nice and tight right there. And then we got a big old Gapplebees on this side. And that's just how it is. It's just got a bend in it. And under here looks ugly, but I'm using, and this looks ugly too, but I'm using flux core wire. You can see right there. I'm using flux core, which is super messy and spattery, and it's also a freaking 120 volt, which is just regular outlet. So that's a really bad combo if you want your welds to look good, but this is all gonna get grinded down. I would say I just need it to hold, but it'll barely freaking do that. Like, this junk is actually, it actually sucks. Like, I tried to tack this junk in, and I jumped on it and it fell off. And I had it, like, I had a bunch of tacks on it, but I welded the bottom down here with some 6013 stick, and so that's holding it, and then that is just filler, and then so I can grind it flat. So that's basically just what I'm doing, is using it as body filler to grind it flat, because it's not good for anything else, and it doesn't even like to, it just sucks. Like, look at this. Like, I promise I can weld. Like, this junk looks like freaking butt cheek. Like, I'm not the best welder in the world, but I can weld better than that. This welder just sucks. And it actually got too hot, so I'm switching it up to grinding now. That's when I did this, because the welder got too freaking hot. It was like thermal overload, so I switched to stick. It's not too bad though, I don't think. I think we can grind that and paint it, and if it'll freaking stay on there, then we'll be just fine. All right, I've been working on this daggum thing for 4 days straight, and it's welded. I don't know how good it is, but it's daggum welded. And it's about as good as it's gonna get. So for the first time, and all this recording has been over the course of like a couple months. Like in the first clip you saw, I was wearing like a heavy jacket, and now it's like 80 degrees right now. So I'm about to move this thing and get it out of the way, because it is just mad in the way of everything. I'm gonna move it for the first time in months, and tomorrow we're gonna put it through the woodwork. We're gonna test it out.
What?
Put some blocks under that jack. I'm gonna set it down into the tire.
Alright. Okay, here's the block. Yeah. Yeah. These two tires are not even touching the ground.
Durability test all by its freaking self.
Yeah. I'm surprised the thing didn't get bent from dragging it.
Yeah, if that's not a freaking durability test, I don't know what the frick is.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to be so hard. That was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life for no reason. It was just wedged in there, and then that gate was open, so I couldn't get anything in there. I couldn't get my truck in there because of the way the gates were. I almost ran over one of the gates anyways. And then this thing I ended up just...
At least you know the welds are good from basically putting
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can call me a freaking... You can slap me on the butt and call me a welder because that... Frick. No wonder this thing fell apart. I don't know what the frick I'm doing. Alright, we're going to see you tomorrow. We're going to do another round of tests tomorrow and we'll freaking